The Southern Poverty Law Center started with a noble mission, but has long since degenerated into what one of its own employees described as a highly profitable scam. Here's the truth that SPLC doesn't want you to know. SPLC was co-founded and run for decades by a lawyer named Morris Dees. After winning some important cases, Dees shifted course, and by his own admission, decided that his only real objective was making money. And he would do it through fear-mongering and misinformation rather than by making positive social change. That is how the widely discredited SPLC Hate Map was born. SPLC realized that the more hate they could invent, the more money they could raise. Predictably, their definition of hate falsely implicated huge swaths of mainstream conservative America. In truth, SPLC defines hate as disagreeing with SPLC. Though some liberals in corporate media still cite SPLC, many people, even on the left, have spoken out against it. Current Affairs says SPLC is everything that's wrong with liberalism. Describing SPLC as dysfunctional, Current Affairs details a litany of serious issues with the SPLC's laughable hate map, and concludes that the SPLC's pet project is useful for illustrating some of the worst and most hypocritical tendencies in American liberalism. The Week says that SPLC has been busy enforcing liberal orthodoxy against its intellectual opponents, and that its ridiculously loose criteria could even brand the Dalai Lama a hater given his views. Finally, Politico has said that today's SPLC is more of a partisan progressive hit operation than a civil rights watchdog. But SPLC's problems are deeper than their extreme intolerance. Many former employees have exposed the SPLC's internal culture as racist and sexist. After Dees was fired in disgrace, former employees described racist comments and sexual harassment that were ignored for decades, all while the organization presented itself as a champion for justice and change. But that's not what SPLC is at all. Here's how one SPLC senior fellow described the group's mission.
Sometimes the press will describe us as monitoring hate groups and so on. I want to say plainly that our aim in life is to destroy these groups, to completely destroy them.
What has this seek and destroy mission amounted to? Victims of SPLC's smear campaign suffer violent threats from SPLC's followers, like Muslim reformer Maajid Nawaz, who received a $3.4 million settlement after SPLC falsely tarred him as an anti-Muslim extremist. And not only threats, but also an attempted mass assassination aimed at a mainstream American group who found itself on the wrong side of SPLC's vicious attacks. No wonder that SPLC has earned an F rating from Charity Watch. It's time that everyone recognizes the Southern Poverty Law Center for the disreputable and divisive organization that it is. Our society vitally needs institutions that will foster real dialogue on important issues. The Southern Poverty Law Center is not one of those institutions.